If your aim is bad, that's okay. I'm going to show you how to rank up with Sage. We're not going to talk about crosshair placement or how to improve your aim. We're just going to focus on winning rounds. So with that, we're currently on Haven, and let's talk about this match. Keep in mind, this is Diamond rank. So we're going to start the match on C site. I choose to go with a Frenzy instead of my wall first round. For maps like Haven, there's a lot of close corners, so the Frenzy can be really good. Now we do spot Chamber lurking in C long. This probably means that the duelists are coming from Garage. So I am going to pivot over to Garage and help my teammate there. Now as she swings, we are going to get her right away. I'm going to wait for the KO molly to expire, and then I'm going to swing and get Reyna as well. Now as I retreat, Clove is going to get me right through the smoke. It's currently a 3v3. However, the attackers do quickly take out my teammates. It's now a 1v3, and we do lose pistol round right there. Couple of thoughts on this round. After I got Reyna, there was no reason to swing Clove here. I got killed through a smoke. That was unnecessary. And even though I got 2, that decision most likely lost us the round. Now remember, our primary focus is to win rounds. Even though I got 2 there and it looks good on the scoreboard, the most important stat that we're looking for is 13 rounds. So we're currently on eco. I do still have my wall, so I'm going to go Frenzy again. I buy wall in case I can block myself off and defuse. And even with the buy, I can still get full shield and Vandal next round. Now I specifically buy a Frenzy because at this point I'm really just trying to steal guns from the attackers. Chances are we're not going to win this round, but we can break their eco as much as possible. And even though we lose the round, we did end up taking 2 guns, and this should set us up for the next round. So for our buy round, my team does call for a switch, so I'm watching A site. Since I don't hear anything at all, I'm not going to use my wall here. My team does call for help on C site, so I'm going to quickly rotate. During rotation, I typically just pay attention to the minimap, and I want to get on site as quickly as possible to try and help my team. Now unfortunately I don't get there fast enough, but I am able to secure the trade on Clove, and based off of the minimap I do know that Sage is close, and this is where aim does come into play. I should have definitely had Sage here. Thankfully my Jet does get her from C long, and we do win our buy round. Now I'm not a controller main, but my thought is that if you have somebody flanking, you should not smoke off their lane. Now if you're close to res, something useful that you can do pre-round is to check who has their ultimate. In this case, Phoenix has his ultimate, so I already know that if I need to res someone this round, it should be Phoenix. So this round, I'm going to try boost wall backside B. This is a great off angle for window. Now unfortunately nobody comes window, so that was a waste of a wall, but such is life for Sage mains. Now the attackers have executed onto A site, but my team did do a great job holding. It's a 2v2. Now since I'm 1 off of ult, I'm going to grab this orb, and as you can see, I'm going to run into sewers, and I'm going to pick up Phoenix because we know that he has ult. This is going to be great for a retake situation. Now the attackers have rotated all the way over to C site. It's currently a 3v2, and we have Phoenix ult, so we should be in pretty good shape here. Now Clove does take an aggressive angle. They are going to kill KO right away, and this is why we res Phoenix. Phoenix is going to ult from defender's spawn, and since Chamber knows this, he's going to try to go for Phoenix's ult. As expected, he does pop out of the door, we get him, and we even the game at 2-2. Now this round, everything went wrong, so pay attention and learn from my mistakes. So I'm watching A site. I'm not going to use my wall because we don't have any information. The minimap shows that they're already on C site, so I'm going to slow down as I hit the corner. I'm also going to heal Jet. So as we peek into C site, I do get Jet right away. Phoenix calls for a flash, so I'm going to slow down just a bit. Now after we get Clove, I'm also going to get Sage, but I know that Chamber's front sight based off of the kill on Phoenix, and I do throw a straight wall to try to defuse, and then Chamber wins the round right there. So many things went wrong here. Number 1, I could have thrown a straight wall to force Chamber around. Even if he kills it from long, I still have the advantage. But also, I had 2 slorbs. I should have used at least one of them. And lastly, if I had better aim, I could have still won the round with all of those mistakes because I did get 2 bursts off on Chamber. Now, if it's one thing about Valorant, forget the past and just move on to the next round. This time, I'm going to wall off Garage and rotate over to A to help. The attackers actually went into B and planted front sight. Now, as Jet and I retake through A link, she is going to get both Jet and Sage. However, Clove does get her, but I do get the trade. And then information is that Chamber's currently in Cubby. He does kill Omen, but we do win the round right there. Let's talk about this smoke for just a second. Same as before. If you have 2 people coming from flank, I'm not a controller main, but I would not smoke off your only entrance into B site. Now the next round, I'm currently watching A site. Of course, they go C. Phoenix delivers a beautiful 4K, and this was an easy round win. The best rounds are the rounds where you don't do anything. Now I hate to keep throwing rounds as you guys watch, but hey, hey, you're gonna get the good with the bad, right? So KO's dart does reveal 3 on A, so I take a lazy peek into C long and Chamber punishes me for it right away. That essentially opens up the round because now C site is wide open. Now my team almost recovers from this. Omen isn't able to get Clove right there. Phoenix makes a great effort. He kills Sage right there. And on the retake, he is gonna kill both Clove and Jet. The only good thing about this round is that we lost, but we took 5 guns. Now the following round, I'm gonna wall off Garage, and as I back into C site, it looks like they've executed onto B. I'm gonna spam through the smoke, and luckily we are gonna get Jet. Now I do heal KO there, and then I also hear one footstep in the courtyard. I'm not gonna commit to watching B. I'm gonna hang out on C in case somebody's lurking. Now Chamber is gonna kill my KO at window, and as I go to investigate, Sage is gonna walk through the garage doors. We are gonna get her. It's now a 2v1. Now I believe Chamber was last seen in C link. I'm gonna throw a slow orb. He's gonna retreat into B, and we secure that round right there. Now the following round, I'm gonna auto wall garage again. I typically won't wall without information, but as you can see, I was solo holding C site. As Jet entries, we are gonna get her right away. Rain is gonna try to follow up, but we do shoot her eyes. Omen's also gonna flash from back site, and with this utility, they actually backed all the way over to A. Now unfortunately, with the rotation, they are gonna kill my KO right away, and I want you to watch me throw this round, so learn from this mistake. So based off of positioning, I'm gonna res and hope that my team is gonna swing with me. However, I didn't know that they were walled off, so the timing was completely off, and we ended up losing that round. So it looks like my team is gonna stack A site, so I'm alone on C again. So I'm gonna auto wall garage to buy some time. This time they're gonna execute quickly onto C site. We are gonna get Jet and Reyna as they push. It's currently a 5v3. I'm gonna throw more utility into the smoke, and my team has rotated over from B site. Now KO is gonna push up A, and he catches one in their spawn. Now I'm gonna save you some time. Clove is gonna try to rotate back over to C. We are gonna get them, and now it's 6-5. So it's the last round of the half. There was a little bit of confusion. I was supposed to be on C, but I went A. And of course, as I rotate back over to C, the attackers execute onto A site. So I'm gonna retake A site through heaven. As Sage peeks out sewers, we are gonna get her right away. Now it's currently a 2v2. I'm gonna run into A long and grab this orb. The reason for that is because now I'm one off of ult. That way, if we do kill one on the retake, I should have res. What this also means is that I shouldn't take the lead here. I'm looking for a trade here. So KO's really just running to give us information. Now they do exactly what we wanted. Chamber does take an aggressive peek. I should have definitely had him there. That was completely my fault on that KO kill. And then as I try to retake onto C, Jet was actually in our spawn, and she is going to win the round right there. And we end the half 6-6. Now on the retake, I was one off of res. I was literally aiming this door. I just couldn't hit Chamber in time. So now it's pistol. The plan was to split execute onto C, but it looks like Phoenix and I are going to go into B site instead. We do see Clove close right. I'm going to swing and try to trade Phoenix. However, I'm not able to, so I'm going to wall off C link. And as we entry, it's currently a 4v3. Now information is that there was one behind my wall, and since the spike is planted front site, Omen and I can both watch from A link. And this is one of those scenarios where you just have to wait for Sage to make the first move. Even shooting her is a little bit too aggressive because she has to defuse the spike. However, Omen is able to get her, and we do secure pistol round. So on our buy round, I do grab an outlaw. The plan is to go into C. However, with the utility and the smoke, we do call for a retreat over to A. Jet actually pushed out of A main, and she is going to catch my Jet, and now it's a 5v4. So I'm going to follow Phoenix into A site. We're going to walk here not to alert the defenders. As Chamber checks on A site, we are going to get him right away. I'm going to plant the spike in this corner. The plan was to do a one-way wall for A long, but my teammate did need a heal, so I'm just going to run over and heal him in sewers. And while all that was happening, my team is going to push into their spawn, and now it's 8-6. So now they're on a buy round. This is a big round for us. I'm going to whiff Jet right there, and she is going to hit me for 101 with a Marshall. Now Omen is going to swing, and he gets her in the corner, and now it's a 5v4. Now my team is going to get on site and plant the spike. I'm going to throw a couple of slows on flank in case somebody pushes. And really right now, I'm just paying attention to the minimap. And based off of information, we see that Chamber's in heaven, so I do swing and get him right away. And as Clove pushes, we do secure the round, and now it's 9-6. So let's do a quick scoreboard check. I have to be honest and say that I didn't realize that I was top frag on the team. There were plenty of missed opportunities up until this point. However, I'm just happy that we're currently leading 9-6, and then my team does call for a retreat over to B site. So as I get into the courtyard, I do shoot into B site and somebody returns fire, so we know that at least one person is there. I'm going to throw a slow, and then I'm going to join my team back on C site. It looks like KO is already there. So KO is going to plant the spike for long. I'm going to wall off garage. Unfortunately, Sage is going to kill it right away, and then after I get Clove, Chamber does get the trade and we lose that round. Now that was just our bonus round, so this next round is really important as it's our buy round. So on our buy round, we're going to execute onto A site. I'm going to get Chamber and Sewers right away. I'm going to heal Phoenix. Omen's going to ult on site. He's going to get Jet in the back. We immediately kill both defenders on A site, and as they try to take site, we're already set up and ready for them, and that's an easy round win. Now I don't want to get ahead of myself and say that this game is pretty much in hand. In this round, we're going to execute onto B site. We know that the defenders are currently on an eco, so as we rush in, I'm going to plant the spike at A link. We see that there's a couple on flank, so I'm going to throw a straight wall and see if I can get somebody coming from C link. Now unfortunately, Clove is there, but they're in a place where I can't shoot them, but I do know that they're coming from back site, and then Phoenix does secure the round for us right there. Now it's currently 11-7. The plan is to fake A and then go back over to C with Phoenix. You'll see that Phoenix is currently lurking, and he does let us know that at least one is there. Now once we get onto A site, Omen is going to kill Clove, and with that kill I am going to heal him, and then we're going to back up and go over to C as planned. Now as we get into C long, it is walled off, so we're going to shoot it right away, and I want you to pay attention to the next two rounds because this is going to show you the power of Sage's wall in a post plant situation. I'm going to plant the spike in this corner. I'm going to wall it off. The plan is to defend it from C long, but since Phoenix is already there, we don't want to bunch up, so I do go into garage. However, Chamber is going to kill me, and based off of the minimap, both Jet and Chamber are on site. Phoenix is really smart with those two flashes because with that delay, both Jet and Chamber know that they can't defuse, so they both ended up saving and we win that round right there. So now it's match point. The plan is to split execute onto C site. Reyna is going to flash out of garage. Omen is going to jump in and get him with the judge right away. It's currently a 4v5. Now as we entry onto C site, we're going to get Sage as well, and if I have a free site, this is a really good spot to plant. If you plant the spike next to this box and you wall it off, not only do they have to kill one portion before they can defuse, but because this box is 100% bangable, if the defender should tap the spike, you can shoot them right through this box. And that is exactly what's going to happen here. We're essentially going to wait for Jet to clear the site, and as soon as she taps the spike, we do secure the game right there. Now as we end this match, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you found it to be useful, I would love and appreciate your support so much. Hit the like, subscribe, and share button, and I'll see you guys in the next video.